What's up, y'all? This is Chitty Bang, and I'm on the Renegade Millionaire Show, the podcast that profiles entrepreneurs, founders, and CEOs. Join us as we go one-on-one inside the hearts and minds of some of our generation's best and brightest. And now, introducing your host, my friend, Sun Group Wealth Partners Managing Director, CNBC and Forbes.com contributor, Winnie Sun.
Hi, everybody. It's Winnie Sun again from the Renegade Millionaire Show. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are super excited to see you. Today is a special day for me because today is my husband's birthday. So, happy birthday, Tim. And we are going to be getting him barbecue on the way home. So all fun. But we are calling from the beautiful Venice Beach studios here for tune-in. And then we have a very special guest today. But before that, really quick, our finance tip, of course, wanted to give you a heads up on what we're talking about with our clients. As you know, I'm Managing Director, Financial Advisor at Sun Group Wealth Partners here in Southern California. And you can follow me on Twitter. But here's the tip. For those of you who are self-employed, did you know that you should definitely consider something called a defined benefit plan? It's a plan that you can put away funds for your personal pension for those of you who own your own business. And if you need more information on that, it's actually quite a unique type of retirement plan. You can Google or just go to my website at winniesun.com and you'll see the piece that I wrote about defined benefit plans for Forbes. Really interesting, really informative, and if you qualify, it can really help you grow your retirement plan. And with that, we will head right into the show now. I am really excited to introduce you to today's guest. It's someone that I have been a huge fan of. As many of you know, I'm quite active on Twitter. But really, I'm like nothing compared to my next guest. Dr. Joyce Knudsen is really the real deal. I just checked her Twitter following this morning and she's at about 915,000 followers. But the thing that makes me so interested to learn more about how she does this is she also is what we call a true giver. And with that, I'd like to welcome Dr. Joyce to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for calling in. I know you're calling from Tennessee today?
Yes, Nashville, Tennessee.
And how's the weather there today, Dr. Joyce?
It's beautiful.
Oh, wonderful.
About 75 and sunny.
Oh, wow. That's like Southern
Yes.
California.
That's why we moved here.
Where did you move from?
We were in Michigan for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
And we wanted to get away from the gray skies and the Detroit area.
Oh.
So we came to Nashville, and it's been like 21 years now.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. Impressive. Well, I love to hear a little bit about your history. So I thought perhaps we'd start from the beginning. Can you tell us where you're born and raised?
Sure. I am a Cleveland girl. I've been born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, by my mom and my dad and my 7 brothers and sisters.
Oh, goodness. 7 brothers and sisters. That's a family of 8.
Well, actually, I'm actually one of the 7.
Oh, one of the 7. Well, that's a lot of family. And I understand that you didn't start off being successful. Obviously, I read a little bit of your bio. You actually had a struggle in the beginning. So you started off. The family wasn't very well off. So you started working at a very young age, correct?
Yes.
And
I had to go out at the age of about 13 to go to work to bring in money for the family.
And you were a model and working at retail?
I was. It was the way I was able to make money, given that I was blessed with the look I had, and I just loved being in the whole field of fashion and beauty.
Oh, wonderful. So you were definitely a girl's girl.
I'm a girly girl. Yes, I walked around the house singing, I enjoy being a girl.
I love it. I love it. And you opened your first business in 1985.
Yes, I did.
And I love this. You learned how to do less talking and more listening to be successful. Yes. Is that correct?
Absolutely. The rule is about 30% talking and 70% list.
How has that helped you to do what you do today? Because I know one thing that I was really excited to hear is that you actually then went on to get your PhD at the age of 52.
Yes.
Not an easy feat, right?
No, not at all. But it served me well because by the time my children were leaving home and I'd be dripping tears, I was ready to do something else. And I consider my children my business, or the other way around.
So
my business
is your child
is
too.
my children.
I can understand that. I mean, as a business owner myself and having 3 little ones at home, I definitely feel like my business is sometimes my most my most, how should I say, my most moody child. It requires the most attention.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Yeah, well, very good. And, one thing that I found really interesting about your bio, too, I mean, you've built a very large, successful business and social media audience, and yet you've done most of this working from home. Am I right?
Yes, I do everything from home due to a visual impairment.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. I don't like to make the reason that people interview me,
Mm-hmm.
but it is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a baby, I've been told
Mm-hmm.
that I had a fever that did something to my vision that created a condition that most doctors don't even know today what it is.
Right.
But I have no peripheral vision, no depth perception, and basically I see by magnification.
I see.
I cannot drive anymore. I used to. I was able to take my children everywhere so that they wouldn't lose out
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't have those things.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to create a vision for other people and for the world.
That's incredible. So that's where you started creating the training program. You've written, I read over 10 books now, including From Head to Soul, right?
Yes.
So what is it what is your motivation to write these books?
I love to help people to be better people, to be more self-actualized, to help themselves to learn how to be self-aware about who they are and where they will go in life. And I feel that if I can do what I've done, then anyone can.
Right, because you've basically made, like what you had just referenced earlier, a homebound because of your vision. You made that into a very positive, right?
Oh, yes, and it's wonderful. I can't imagine working for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I did work for some other people a long time ago in my 20s and 30s when I drove.
Mm-hmm.
But I always, in the back of my mind, knew that I was going to have my own home business.
Yeah, and can you talk about that? This is what we're so fascinated about. So Money Tips and we're putting together a book on this very modern way of work, which is working from home, which is something you've done for many, many years. Can you, I mean, as a working parent like myself, I can only see working from home being, I don't, but I can see it being challenging at times, but also have a lot of benefits. So can you talk about what do you do on a day that you're working from home? I mean, it's every day. So how do you wake up? What does that look like?
Well, I jump out of bed in the morning wanting to go to the computer to see what I have to do next.
Okay.
I don't have any children at home. Mine are 40 and 42.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just make sure that I am disciplined enough
Mm-hmm.
that I can exercise really early in the morning and then start my 8-hour day, which turns into a lot of times a 24-hour day. Yes.
So are you in front of the computer? Are you on the phone?
I am both. If I'm on the computer doing a proposal, for example, I take the phones off. because
Oh.
you can't be interrupted.
Mhm.
And I have certain times during the day that I check for messages,
Mhm.
let's say every 4 hours, and that's through the night
Mhm.
because I have an international business, and their day is my night. So I sleep with an iPad,
Mhm. Okay.
and I have my phone there because I'm still a mom, and no matter how old they are, they're still my babies.
Right, of course.
And I make sure that I am accessible to all of my clients.
So let's talk about that. You said you had an international client base. What do you do for your international clients?
The same thing that I would do for my United States clients.
Okay.
I have courses that are approved through my association,
Mhm.
which is the Association of Image Consultants International,
Okay.
and I have top billing of their certified image master.
Mhm.
I was the first one to get it in
Wow.
1999, I think it was.
Okay.
And I am expected to give people what they're asking for with their coursework.
So let's talk
And
about
so
that. I guess I'm really curious about what that means. Image consulting. What does this mean for those
it's
of?
funny that you asked that question because after all these years, people still don't know the meaning of it. I almost wish they'd call it another name, but we are image consultants, and image consultants help people with their image, be it appearance, be it communication skills, be it behavioral styles, whatever it is. For me, self-esteem, personal development, and that is what I have done to myself, so I feel really happy and confident to do it with other people in the way of coaching.
Oh, I understand. So, for example, for example, I'm on the air. So you would work with someone like myself and tell me what the outward image that I'm reflecting is, and you would coach me to help me better that process, correct?
I could,
Yeah.
yes. Although I did watch you, and you're very beautiful and very smart,
Oh,
and you
thank
didn't make one mistake.
Oh.
Not a aha, not a you know, not a, any of these things people stick into their sentences.
Oh.
So you could tell that you were very well polished.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's funny you say that. It must be my reading Dr. Seuss at night with the kids. I love that. Thank you. Well, what I'm really curious about, if you share this, is talk to us a little bit about your own journey to being self-employed and really finding your niche. I mean, you've basically created this program. You have 10 books, but most importantly, you've created this incredible social media following. And do you mind if we share your age? Because I'm just blown away by this.
No, not at all.
So, Dr. Joyce, my understanding is you're 70?
I'll be 71 in August.
Incredible. Well, I've seen your photo and you look like 45 years old. So
well, you don't have to look old. And I'm writing a book right now called Refusing to Quit, Women Over 60. And I plan on taking it on the road.
Oh, wow. When do you expect to be finished with that book?
I'm going to try to finish it by the end of the year. I am internationally published, so a lot depends on when they get it edited. But I have 20 ladies who are amazing, who we all want to go dance on Ellen.
You should. Ellen should definitely have you on that show. We'll have to make some phone calls.
You know what? She follows me on Twitter. And
as she
people
should.
ask me, how did you get Ellen to follow you? I said, I don't know. Maybe she saw my numbers and thought I was important.
You are important. Oh, my goodness. That's incredible. Well, let me ask you this. Are you going to be publishing hard copy or is it strictly ebook?
It'll be soft copy and ebook.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I definitely want to get a copy of this. This is really interesting. Okay, now, so this is a $1,000,000 question. I'm sure all listeners are just wondering, how did you come up with 915,000 Twitter followers? And how long did it take you?
People do not realize what to do with social sites. They think that it's for advertising or for asking somebody to pray for them or to put
So
their
true.
family business out there.
Mm-hmm.
That is not what it's for. It's called social media because you are social on
Mm-hmm.
it. And being that I don't get out of the house much, although I'm married a long time, over 45 years,
Mm-hmm.
and my husband is my chauffeur. So
My husband is
wherever
mine too. I have a husband
wherever I need
Uber.
to go, I go. So how do I do it? Is I interact with the people that ask me questions, and you wouldn't believe how many questions people ask me.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure I do follow Fridays every Friday. I take care of all messages that are sent to me, and I have a strategic way of following people that I know will follow me back.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So give us an example of a question someone would ask you, or an interesting one.
I've had people ask me if I can help them with their life. They have been feeling down. They don't know how to make their attitude change. And they'll ask me, can you give me some tips on how to handle this particular situation? One night I had a person on who was thinking of committing suicide.
Oh, no.
And I gave him my number. And I talked him through it.
Wow.
And I think he's still around. I hope so.
Wow.
But I tried.
Wow, that's amazing. And so you don't know. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, thanks to
Yeah,
you
hopefully. But I
intervening at that
feel
time.
that every day it's my job to make a difference in at least one person's life. And if I don't do that, by the time I'm falling asleep on my keyboard, I get onto Twitter and retweet, or I share something on Facebook, or I go to Google Plus and I share something with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love the interaction.
That's amazing. And that's how you built it.
I built it also by figuring out ways and what people do. For example, if somebody is following 3 people
Mm-hmm.
and 10,000 people are following them,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to follow that person. They're not going to follow you back.
They're not givers, right?
Right, they're not
Mm-hmm.
givers.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I look for things that I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go to see how many people are they following, how many people are following them back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how great this system is because I'm only following 200-something thousand,
Mm-hmm.
and 915 are following me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I can't answer that question. But I know that the 215 that I'm following
Mm-hmm.
are people I want to be associated with.
Which I'm really grateful that you're following me. So thank you.
You're welcome.
which is actually why we're even on the radio together right now, because actually I found you and stalked you on Twitter
You stalked
and said,
me.
please, Dr. Joyce, be on the show. No.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I met so many people from Twitter. My cover designer for my
Mhm.
book.
Mm-hmm.
I met my webmaster.
Wow.
I in different places. Like, for example, I was in Las Vegas, and I met one of my followers there for dinner.
Oh, how
I mean,
fun.
What difference is it if you go to look in a car, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go to a networking event,
Mm-hmm.
and you walk around and you look for people to exchange cards with,
Mm-hmm.
and then go home? Or if you get on the social site, doesn't have any gas connected to it, you just talk to the people online.
Exactly.
I think it's amazing.
I do too. I made such, and you know what's really wonderful too is that there are real giving people on Twitter. You just have
Yes,
to
there
find
are.
them and treat them just like you would your neighbor or your colleague, and just be generous and open, right?
Yes, and they have conventions. Did you know that? They have meetings that people can go to meet the people that they're talking to on Twitter.
Do you go to those?
I haven't, no.
Yeah, I haven't yet either.
But I would like to
I know they
at
do
some
sound like
point.
fun. I love those. I don't know if you participate in those tweetcasts, but they're so much fun.
I haven't. I'm so busy with my work, with the clients, with the book, with proposals, with answering the... There's only so much that I can do every single day.
Yeah. Well, on that note, because we're writing this book to highlight people like yourselves who've embraced working from home. We're actually going to be doing a tweetcast, so we'll certainly make sure that you're involved in it. You'll have so much fun. I tell people, if you've never done a tweetcast, it's like when you go to Las Vegas and you're sitting in front of a slot machine. That's the feeling you get. It's like it's so fast, and it makes your heart pump, and it's actually really fun. But you're not losing money, so it's a beautiful thing.
Right, absolutely.
Well,
Love to do that.
Thank you. So definitely, those of you who are listening, you definitely want to make sure to participate so you can see what Dr. Joyce says. So can you talk about a little bit about the pros and cons for you, at least for working from home?
Well, I think a lot of people don't have the discipline that I do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're working from home, you must work from home, just like if you go to work. So you can't be running out to lunch with your friend, or maybe if it's a short while, maybe. But you have to have the right attitude. You can't think failing is a bad thing, but a step towards success. So you have to push yourself to keep going and be persistent and believe in yourself. And so I think of every time I fail, according to other people's traditional standards, as a starting point on my path toward big success.
I love that. And so how long have you been working from home? How many years has it been?
Well, what happened was it was really funny. I hadn't thought about it, and I had a kidney stone in 2009.
Okay.
And so I couldn't get off the couch for a while. So I had my husband bring me his big computer, and I said, "This is mine now," and I started social sites. And I can't get off of them. I love them.
What's your favorite? Which one's is your favorite
They're my
site?
babies.
Is Twitter your biggest baby?
Yeah, I really think out of all of them, and I'm on LinkedIn. I think I have 5,000 connections or more. I have Facebook, hundreds of thousands on pages. Google Plus, I'm nearing 20,000. But I feel that the most value for your time is Twitter. Because how else would I have met you? Ellen would follow me. Big stars are following me. Celebrities are following me. And so I can send them a direct message.
Me too. I am a big believer on that.
Yes.
I believe it. Yeah, I really love the Twitter platform as well.
I think it's the best one. If I had to get them all up, that's the one I would do.
So those of you who are listening from Twitter right now, you definitely need to sponsor Dr. Joyce here. Well, wonderful. Let me ask you this. So how do you separate work life from your home life, working from home?
Well, my husband is also a go-getter like myself, and he's not home. He goes to work.
Oh, okay.
He was a doctor for many, many years, and now he's a rep for a company that sells things that he used to subscribe.
Okay.
And so he's not here. I'm by myself. A lot of people wouldn't be able to do it
Mm-hmm.
because they wouldn't be able to balance their time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have discipline.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same as going to office to work.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put in the time, but the beauty is if I want to put in the time like 3 to 8 in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and I want to sleep till 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to get up and put in the time from 2 until 5 or 6,
Mm-hmm.
then I can do that and no one's yelling at me.
Yeah, that's true. You can build this huge business from home. And
Absolutely.
and
You could do a more huge business than going out because somebody's not thwarting you on what you can do and what you can't do.
and you don't have to worry about the gas bill either, right? Or
No.
if your car's
No
in
gas
good
in the
shape.
car and
Yeah.
no snacking at McDonald's. I'm eating healthy food, and I have the freedom to do what I like, what I love,
Uh-huh.
and to be able to make decisions without a manager telling me what to do
Sure.
or anyone else.
Yeah, I love that. And, to give you a reference point, those of you who are listening, I mean, Dr. Joyce's followers, most local TV shows don't even have the amount of audience that she now has basically on her computer. It's incredible, the reach.
I am surprised by it myself, only I am a giver,
Mm-hmm.
and if you read my Twitter handle,
Mm-hmm.
it says something like, I don't want to talk about myself, allow me to promote you.
Yeah, I will read it.
And
It says, please
People like that.
please allow
Yes.
me to promote you instead
Yeah,
of
if you
promoting
look at
myself.
my Twitter handle.
Mm-hmm. And it's and
Because everybody else is an expert. My
mm-hmm.
goodness, are there that many experts out there?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
They want to know what you could do for them.
Right. Right.
And when you do something for other people, they in turn do all kinds of things back for you,
Right.
even though that's not the reason you did it.
It's so simple but so perfect.
Yes,
You don't have
is
to
simple.
overthink it. You just have to care, right?
that's right.
I know I've been that's actually what I've been hashtagging. I've been hashtagging share, care, and repeat. I love it. Well,
I think on my website it says sharing and caring, something like that. Because
really?
I really am. And that person, that mother, that wife, that friend, still have friends from elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
I am me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, if I go somewhere, you brought up my age before, so people know that I'm 70 and they hate me because I didn't cut my hair and it's not gray. It is gray, but nobody's going to know it.
Right. You make sure that you
That's
take
right.
care of yourself.
I'm having fun in life. If you don't have fun, then whatever you're doing, stop and do something fun.
Yeah. Do you ever see yourself retiring? Because it doesn't sound like you're going to ever retire.
No, a silly question.
I know, Susie, that was a
No.
silly question.
No, it's a silly question. Well, basically, I have so much I'm doing that I hope I live long enough to do it all.
Oh, I think you will. So
I'm going to be 100. I want to be one of those centenarians.
Well, I would love to follow your story, and we'll have to redo the interview at that point, too, because, the nice thing about not leaving the house is, it does prevent a lot of car accidents.
Well, that's true. That's true. But also, I think there's karma involved. There's something involved because, knock on wood,
Mm-hmm.
I never have been sick. I'm healthy as a 30-year-old. And I have the energy of a 30-year-old.
I love it.
So age is just a number. Sometimes is true, sometimes not. But I don't have time to get sick.
Yeah, there's too much fun to do to get sick. That's my
It's a
motto too.
bother.
I know. And don't you feel like I feel this way too. What you give out to the world, you get back, and so I always
Absolutely.
think so many good things
In
happen
droves.
to us, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and you just have to be nice to people, and people will take good care of you. Or
And it doesn't cost anything to be nice.
it doesn't. It's so easy. But why aren't more people nicer?
I think that people have low self-esteem, and they are very worried about what you're doing instead of about concentrating on what they can do.
So true.
I really think that a lot of the world's problems today are caused from a low self-esteem. And I know the statistics are staggering. You have 2 to 5% of people that reach self-actualization, and that's you and me, Winnie. There's a couple of others in there, but they don't like us. Have you found that to be true?
I would completely agree with that.
Okay.
You know, it's like, I think that at some point you just have to realize what your strengths and most importantly your weaknesses are, and be okay with it, and just own them, and be okay with however people see you as. It's fine. It doesn't matter as long as you stay true to yourself and you feel good. Like I always say, if I get hit by a bus today, I feel like I'm at peace. I think that's a main thing.
That's exactly how I would feel.
Right? At peace.
Exactly.
That you did everything you could.
I think that very much that people want to be followers and not leaders. Because when you're a true leader, you are not taking or bossing people around. You are bringing them up, and instead of making yourself feel important, you're making them feel important. And they need it.
Right. That's true. That's a true giver. We always talk about that. If you give unconditionally, it'll come back to you. You just don't have to worry about when.
That's right.
Yeah, and then the opposite is true too.
According to Eleanor Roosevelt, nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. Or what you think of me is none of my business. Mary Kay said that. But you have to be strong to be doing things like what we're doing. You have to be able to take it and have the kind of heart that takes it as I feel bad for them that they feel this way, instead of an attack or affront on you.
Right. That's so true. And I'm guessing you have what I have. I feel very blessed that I have an incredible husband and family, and I'm guessing you have the same. And
my husband is a prince.
Mine too.
He brings me coffee in the morning. He asks me, what can I do for you? No, this year will be 47 years.
Incredible.
So you're talking about knowing the true Joyce. And, he's like almost perfect. He's the smartest person I've ever known. He's still adorable. And he gave me 2 beautiful children. I mean, for goodness sakes, if the bus wants to hit me, let it come.
Exactly. Oh, couldn't agree
I'm
with you
fine
more.
with that.
I feel like I could talk to you for hours. We need to meet up one of these. I'm gonna have to fly over to come see you one of these days. But
I would love that.
But thank you so much. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for your time and for being so open and sharing with us today.
It's my pleasure.
And I hope all of you will consider connecting with Dr. Joyce, because I tell you, I am going to be following her feed so closely now after doing this interview.
I'm trouble.
So excited. No, yay. Please do follow her. And Dr. Joyce, maybe you could give everybody your Twitter handle since we're on the radio here.
Sure. It's DRJOYCE_KNUDSEN.
Thank you.
It's pronounced Knudsen.
Knudsen. Thank you, Dr. Joyce. I appreciate that. And for those of you who want to follow me as well, it's Sun Group WP. I didn't do such a good job with putting my name. This was back then. I was just thinking the company. So it's Sun Group WP. I love to connect with all of you as well. And with that, if you want to learn more about the show and what I do, and you can do so at winniesun.com. And thanks again for all of your time. And thanks for those of you who are listening. I appreciate the time that you had with us today. And with that, I'll talk to you next time.